I may not repeat this too many more times. At least I don't plan on it. And that's how to deal with the alleged coronavirus, COVID 19. I have alluded to it in previous videos. I have even specifically given you remedies to deal with your present health. But let me drive it home in this particular video. And hopefully, just hopefully, maybe, I don't have to say it again. I don't have to repeat it. Okay, my question to you that are watching me right now is, are you healthy? Is that a difficult question? I don't think so. Most of us, many of us, especially the younger generation, never consider health. They're carefree, they go about their business, they play, they have leisure, they have fun, they just simply enjoy life. They never think about it. It is not until you contract, receive some condition and or cancer, or you are injured, that you even begin to think about your health. But for those of us that are middle aged and above, for the most part, health is always on our mind on some level to some degree because we know that we are in the middle of our lives or that we are in the latter part of our lives, and our health becomes more of a concern, or at least it should be. You hear me saying health, right? And many of us know about the term health care, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. If you are injured or disabled, you receive something from the government monthly based on what? Your health or lack thereof. So, as it relates to the coronavirus, I reiterate what I've said in time past. The vast majority of the people, notwithstanding a couple young people here and there who have been dealing with the onslaught of this condition, but the vast majority of the people who have been traumatically affected and even died as a result thereof were older people, and older people that had pre existing conditions. Anyone that has a pre existing condition whereby your immune system, which is your natural body's immune system that's designed by nature to ward off foreign enemies, such as viruses, bad bacteria, uh, other diseases and conditions. That's the purpose of our immune system. If it was not there to protect us, we wouldn't even have one. Think about it. Why do we even have an immune system? To protect us. So now, how is it, why is it that we contract diseases, that we receive illnesses? We are biologically created, and we live in a world that's very toxic in many ways. Biology outside of us, our natural resources have been polluted. By whom? Man, mankind. Chemicals in the air, chemicals, toxic waste in the water supply, chemicals, added artificial ingredients in our food supply, chemicals in the cleaning supplies that we use in our homes and our businesses, chemicals. Chemicals virtually everywhere around us. It only stands to reason, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to become contaminated. Not just externally, but internally, because we are absorbing, ingesting, and inhaling toxic waste, toxic chemicals on a regular basis. So, what is a man to do? What is a woman or child to do? We have to take back our lives. And how we do this, ladies and gentlemen, and even children that's watching this, how we take back our lives is to first accept that the world in which we live has been compromised. It has. Nature has been tampered with. And we, as much as lie within us, must try to do our very best to take care of what we have as it relates to our bodies and that of our families, those who look up to us, that are our family, and even our friends. So we must always make sure that we study and that we disseminate the information to those that are important to us. I want to say to our neighbors just in general, but specifically and more importantly to your family, the people who live with you and live around you that are your biological family. You want to share this information with them. And it's the basics about human health. It's not complicated. It's not a rocket science project. It's not. All it is doing those things that are natural. So let's face this reality. We know that nature has been tampered with due to modern technology, which has been going on for several decades. There's pollutants everywhere. And it's hard or it's difficult to get away from it. We're going to be exposed to something that's going to be detrimental to us on a regular basis. So, what are we to do? As I said, do your very best as an individual to study and be aware of those things that are harmful to you. And it's going to take work, it's a challenge. Unfortunately, we have to do this, but it's a challenge and it's for the best. It's for the future of us, what's remaining of our lives, those of us that are older, and it's for our future generation, our children and our grandchildren, and theirs. So, find out what's wrong if you want to be healthy. I'm bringing it home now. Find out what has caused things to be the way they are. If you know, as much as we lobby against and protest against the chemicals and the artificial additives that they put in our food and all of the preservatives and all of the colors and the dyes and things of this sort and the genetically modified organisms that's in our foods and the pharmaceutical companies giving us poison that we don't need that compromises our own immune system. When we find out what the problem is and we know that they're not going to change, they're not going to do what's in the best interest of the people. They're going to do always what's in the best interest of the corporation, the big corporations. You see, the big corporations care nothing about the little man. They never have. All they care about is the bottom line. All they care about is making a buck. And they're making a dollar, they're making a buck off of our misery. We are expendable to them. So, with that being said, I didn't say that it was not going to require something of us because it is. And I said it twice already. We need to study. We need to research our own health. Find out what's necessary for good health and begin to do those things. These are things that many of us have been introduced to as a child. You must exercise. You can't sit down all of the time living a sedentary life. You've got to move. Because if you don't move, you die early. Look at the animals in the morning and throughout the day. They're constantly flying, the birds, squirrels climbing up the trees and running. Dogs and cats are playing, frolicking around, and so forth. If you look at nature on a larger scale, all of the animals, all of the wildlife is moving. Human beings. I'm retiring next year, next month. I'm going to sit down and kick my feet up. We get lazy. We live that couch potato lifestyle. We don't get up and train and work out and exercise. We are even afraid of the words work out. Oh no. We are so used to the comfort of our couch, our lazy boy, our bed. But we want immediate responses from the medical industry when we have been diagnosed with cancer. Help me right now, fix me. But you're the one who caused the problem by your inability to act or your lack of action as it relates to your own health. You are supposed to eat food. Food, by definition, is that which gives you nutrition and sustains your life. Food is not supposed to hurt you. Should I say that again? Food is not supposed to hurt you. When you eat certain things and drink certain things that you call food and you get a headache, you get a stomach ache, you get cramps, you get indigestion, guess what? Must be something wrong with that because food does not do that. Not if it's food. Have you ever thought about that? Look at how simple that was that I just said to you. What I just said to you was so simple, but it's hard for people to follow. You know why? We are victims of our taste bud. Yes, we are. Victims of our taste buds, and the industry, the food industry, knows this. So they continue to concoct all of these different solutions, these potions, these inventions, all of these types of food like products that appeal to what? Our taste. And we love it. And we love it so much that it destroys our health. Obesity. Well over 40 to 50% of the American population is fat or obese. Stop blaming it on the thyroid. Those are situations that do exist, but they're not the majority. Most of those situations that cause people to be overweight and obese is because we're eating all of the wrong things and we're eating too much of the wrong things. That's the answer. So when are you going to start eating the right things? When are you going to start eating what nature has provided for you and not what someone has created in a laboratory? That's good health. Then there are those of you who want to say, hey, eating healthy is expensive. So is buying that pack of cigarettes. So is buying that marijuana. So is buying the newest iPhone. So is buying weave for your hair. So is buying false eyelashes and too much makeup. So is buying 20 purses when 2 or 3 will do, ladies. So is buying every pair of Jordans that comes out, guys. So is always going out to eat at a fast food restaurant. That's expensive. So is buying your alcohol, your beer, your coolers, your wine. The problem is that you don't have money. That's not the problem. The problem is your priorities. Do you have your priorities together? Think on this. That's all I'm saying. So if you want good health, and if you want great health, and if you don't want to get sick, or you want to minimize the amount of times in your life that you are actually sick and or ill, think on this, what I just told you, because these are gold nuggets that most people won't even share with you, and I only do it out of love. So, as I said, the coronavirus has affected people who have had pre-existing conditions. I'm not telling you to stop taking your medication that your doctor prescribed, but I'm asking you this. Question everything. Hold your doctor to account and say, do I need this? Do I really need this? What must I do to not take this particular medication if I really don't need it? If it's nothing more than altering or changing your diet, why can't you do that if you want to live? Why must you live your life on synthetic drugs for the rest of your life? Don't you know by now that your body's not synthetic? It's real. So must the foods that you put in your body be real. I know that sounds like a general term, real. When I say real, I think you know what I'm saying. Authentic, organic, from the earth, not something that a scientist has put together and calls it something else other than food, other than nutrition. Nothing artificial should ever go into this because this is not artificial. It's the only thing that you'll ever have for the rest of your life is your natural body. That's yours, given to you from Him above. Why don't you take care of it? This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.